Today is February 12th, 2016, and these are your Sarno Class Weekly News Updates. Hello, everyone. We have had yet another great week here in 5th grade. We just finished up our Valentine's Day party, which was awesome. We played a ton of games. We had a photo booth that I will be sending out the photos from on the Google Drives. We had Truth or Dare. It was awesome. I'm sure that your kids had a blast too. On to our announcements and reminders for the week. We do have a long weekend. Somehow we have managed to not have any snow days this January or February. So we will not have school on Monday. It is President's Day, so enjoy your long weekend. Next week we also have an early release day on Wednesday. So please mark that in your calendars so you can make travel arrangements that way. Another exciting announcement is I have become even more of an expert on Canvas this week. I attended a conference and I was able to get a lot more help. That being said, parents, more of the homework is going to be less paper copy and more coming from what I am assigning on Canvas. There are also a lot of resources for math and other subjects to help your student at home. I've had a few parents just ask me for a little bit of math support, and all of the study links and tutorials and videos that I show the students during class are on your child's Canvas page. Please just ask them to show you where it is, and this will help you be more successful with them when they come home. Another announcement is that we once again are running low on tissues. If you have any spare boxes at home that you'd like to send in, that would be awesome. Also, speaking of Canvas, another reminder that I had with my students this week that I also want to remind everyone at home about is that your child's iPad is a learning tool. And I would really appreciate if we are able to keep this consistent at home as I am doing it here. So I ask you to use that with your discretion. I'm going to do more digital citizenship with them next week to talk about this more in depth. But I just wanted to give you a heads up that we had a conversation about it and to remind you that yes, the iPad is a learning tool, not a toy. Thank you. And lastly, I have noticed that a few of my students do not have headphones for their iPads. If you could ask your student if they are in need of headphones, that would be really great. It would also be even better if we could get kind of a pair that may not be the fanciest or their all-time favorite pair that they could leave here at school. That way they don't break. I think that a lot of my students have broken headphones because they're traveling to and from with school with them. And I think if we were just able to leave a pair here that's only just for school, that would be really helpful. As I do have multiple students trying to watch the same video at once, it's just a little distracting. So that would be great. Please ask your student if they need headphones for school. As always, please check the Panther Press that will come out for any other announcements and reminders regarding clubs or special events going on this coming week. Okay, this week in class, we continued reading our novel, Bud Not Buddy. And with that, we were able to engage more closely with character conflict, especially today, talking about the different kinds of conflicts that Bud faces. We discussed character versus character, character versus self, character versus nature, and character versus society. Go ahead and have a conversation with your student or ask them to pull up their graphic organizer that we completed today in class if you'd like to know more about that. Students, I want you to tell your parents what is your favorite rules and things that Bud has told us about in the novel. What's your favorite? Okay, in math, we learned how to multiply and divide fractions this week, as well as apply that skill in story problems. We will be having a test next Wednesday on Units 7 and 8. Please plan accordingly to help your students study. Students, I want you to ask your parents, or I want your parents to ask you the question, rather. What is the chant that we can use to divide fractions? Let's see if you remember it. In writing, we had an awesome week in writing. I was so excited. We not only finished our persuasive essays, we also started the on-demand writing unit. which basically means that we are training the students to get ready to create I-STEP essays. They have to be able to apply the skills that we've talked about and do it in a short period of time. So, we had 2 author celebrations. We had one on our persuasive essay on Monday, and then we had one on our on-demand writing prompt this Friday, today. Students, I want you to answer the question, was the American Revolution necessary? And tell your parents why or why not you believe so. Lastly, in social studies, we began our U.S. government unit. We talked about the preamble and parts of the Constitution and also the Articles of Confederation this week. Students, I want you to answer the question, which branch of government has the most power? Okay, and lastly, in Genius Hour, our PBL right now about risk-taking, I had several students make awesome strides on what they are deciding to take risks with. That being said, parents, I need your help. As your child is taking more risks with their project, they also are at the point where it's time to step out of the school research and to go do research in the real world. Please ask your child if they are in need of going to visit somewhere or they'd like to know more about something else that you can help them with outside of school. I think partnering with you and partnering with me will make these projects really, really successful. Oh my goodness, I have not moved in several minutes. Sorry, my lights just went off. There we go, we're back. Anyway, those are all of our weekly announcements and updates. Please send me an email with any concerns or questions that you have. Have an awesome extended weekend and a happy Valentine's Day. I will see you all later.